listening to Tough Tiger Talk Flash Report.
Shout out to the fan. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of Tough Tiger Talk. I'm Big Q chiming in. Latest installment of Tough Tiger Talk. Hit the like button, man. This one in this episode is quarterback, big board for LSU, man. Who do we get? There's a lot of options at the vet position for Lane Kiffin to find for this upcoming season. We'll take a look, according to Yardbarker, about the options at the quarterback position. Let's hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as we begin this episode of Tough Tiger Talk. I'm Big Q. I'm up in this one, man. Let's get right into it. LSU, multiple options for Lane Kiffin and LSU in the transfer portal. Right, this posted on LSU Tigers via Sports Illustrated. Shout out to them. Kiffin and the Tigers will be in the market for a quarterback this offseason, and it'll be critical in terms of who they get. We heard about Chambliss. We don't know exactly what's going on with him, but rumors were early on that the QB from Ole Miss, whether it's the starter that got hurt or it's Chambliss, either or, we'll see what happens. As Lane Kiffin will definitely recruit from his former stumping ground to improve the QB position. But just in case he doesn't land any of those potential guys, who can they pursue? This is a laundry list of some of the guys that we know and who could be a part of this targeting by Lane Kiffin and LSU staff. Florida quarterback DJ Lagway revealed his intentions of entering the portal. 6'3", 250, signed with the Gators in 2024's recruiting cycle. Is the number one dual threat quarterback in America. With Billy Napier, across Florida's 12 games this 2025, Lagway completed 63% of his passes, 16 touchdowns against 14 picks. The dual threat signal caller dealt with some injuries as well. He was hampered by shoulder surgery and a sports hernia. Now, after revealing his intentions to test the market, will Lane Kiffin and LSU be a team to watch in this process? Some say yes. According to On3 Sports, LSU Tiger, Baylor Bears, and the Miami Hurricanes are three early teams to keep tabs on during this process. How about number 2, Sam Leavitt from Arizona State? This signal call is officially out as the quarterback for the Sun Devils after he revealed his intentions to depart the program and enter the portal. Well, once it comes open, that's January the 2nd. According to multiple reports, Leavitt didn't play the full length of the season due to injury, but managed to finish with over 1,600 yards and 10 touchdowns against just 3 picks, while also scrambling for over 300 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground. But his, quote, money year, end quote, was in 2024 after putting Arizona State program on the mat. Now, Leavitt initially began his career at Michigan State back in 23, where he threw 23 passes, but then made the move and transferred to Arizona State. From there, he became the full-time starter, throwing for over 2,800 yards, 24 touchdowns as the Sun Devils reached the college football playoff last year. That was a real fun watching Arizona State in there as well. And fantastic New York Giants running back was up in there too. It was fun to watch before they got bounced out. And of course, it's interesting of note to deal with anytime we get quarterbacks transferred from Arizona State. The last one we got there actually worked out to be a doozy for us. So Sam Leavitt, anybody? And number 3, of course, the 3 quarterback here is Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati, 6'3", 205. Made his way to Cincy after 2 years at Indiana, where he played 11 games. He's a 2-year starter for the Bearcats, blossomed into America's top signal caller this fall, where he will be a hot commodity in the portal window. Across 12 games last season, the dual threat signal caller completed 63% of his passes and threw for 2,800 yards, 27 touchdowns against 5 picks. That's not bad at all. Sorsby is set to be one of the most sought-after names once he officially hits the portal next month, where he'll leave 1 year eligibility remaining at his next destination. So Texas Tech and others have emerged as potential landing spots for this prize transfer, Mr. Brendan Sorsby. Number 4, about Dylan Raiola from Nebraska, 6'3", 230, started 22 games for Nebraska's career before suffering a season-ending injury. It was a right fibula injury against USC on November the 1st. Across 2 years, Raiola's completed over 69% of his passes, over 4,800 yards, 31 touchdowns against 17 picks. As a starter leading the Cornhuskers, Nebraska went 13-9 overall, then 6-9 against Big Ten opponents, with a significant workload put on his back. This season, Raiola completed over 72% of his passes, 181 out of 250 for 2,018 touchdowns against just 6 picks. Now, the completion percentage is a Nebraska season record where the former 5-star recruit handled business in multiple areas. Now, with him entering the NCAA Transfer Portal as one of the most sought-after quarterbacks available, initial reports indicate that Oregon could be the school to watch, but could LSU get involved here? This is also another interesting college veteran to keep tabs on moving forward. And of course, honorable mention, how about this one? Underwood has not revealed intentions of entering the transfer portal. This is listed as a potential target if he chooses to do so. So they're still waiting as to find out who the coach will be with as terms of Bryce Underwood. Now, we've had a history with Bryce. Remember, the 5-star quarterback out of the 2025 recruiting cycle was committed to LSU for nearly a year prior to flipping his pledge to Michigan to remain home just weeks before the early signing period last fall. Now, the Wolverines pieced together a, quote, life-changing money, end quote, only an ideal, and plus, you had Tom Brady in there, asking him to come to Michigan, only an ideal front, along with an opportunity to remain in Michigan with the program ultimately landing his signature. But the 6'4", 230-pound signal caller has wrapped up his true freshman season, where he earned a starting role in the first season with the program. But with Sharon Moore out as the head coach, he could test the waters. It's going to be interesting to see who will be the guy. Shout out to Tyrann Mathieu. He took to social media to try to recruit Michigan QB to come back to the Bayou, man. And it'll be interesting to see if he does, man. Michigan finished 105th in the passing game in the country. Underwood had only 9 touchdowns to go along with 6 picks, but over 2,200 yards passing. But now his future could be in question with the Wolverines coaching search. But with Lane now in Baton Rouge, a quarterback guru, the development with LSU Tigers could expedite his growth if he were to enter the transfer portal. So these are a couple of guys to make mention of in the portal window. Of course, we don't know exactly what Lane Kiffin is going to do. We know about, rumor reveals dealing with different quarterbacks and whatnot. Maybe one of the guys from Ole Miss could be in play. But like I said, it's a lot shaking and baking right now for the Tiger Nation. But that's the report I got just for the quarterbacks. All right, with that being said, man, y'all do us a service. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. I am Big Q. For all the latest updates on LSU, hit that like button. Hit that notification bell, man, and sub up to the Tough Tiger Talk Nation. I'm going to holler at y'all on the next report. Much love, peace, and go Tigers.